travel now, and I'm not using food or anything.
The library at
this.
Myrdine once held much of the knowledge of the early
That's
ages
one,
and withstood the
two,
brunt of Sauron's attack
a little
against
bit more,
Eregion.
2 or 3 seconds.
Though much of the surviving lore was carried away by Elrond Half-Elven, the Force.
And now it's just a matter of putting everything. Hopefully the 2 groups in the garden are getting out there now. Or just walking back. Okay, they're just walking back. So, oh, okay, I didn't use Fradiage. That's the moment I need to draw my bow. Ah, shit. Okay, messed up. Normally I click one of the birds in that place. And then shoot them, but couldn't target them for some reason. Well, the counter is running, or the timer, that's good. I will use Juggernaut just to start with full morale bar. And now it's just simply a matter of grinding everything down. And that's going to look messed up right now at the moment. I know. It is what it is. And the first part is the most difficult. Then we have to basically survive everything. Everything does have power at this stage. The debuffs are crazy. And the lag and everything else is crazy as well. So that's not really helping us. Oh, and come on, please. I don't want to die due to lag. That's such a bad excuse. Okay, here we go-ish, sort of. Yeah, that was a bad start. Yeah, what can you do about it? And grinding everything down should take about 5 minutes from pool to the end. At least that's what I did last time. Yeah, just a few differences between me and Tord. Some differences in gear. And at least in my opinion, playstyle, since he plays mainly Redline. I haven't really seen him in Blueline often. I think only once, now I think about it. And that was at the epic instance where you have to kill Mordred for the first time. Also where Golodir loses his daughter. It's that battle at the gates of Cardoon. And I think that was the only time that I've really seen him switch to Blueline. In my opinion, that does make sense in the place of the instance. But in all the other moments he is basically a Redline Guardian. Nothing against Redline Guardian, especially now we play it ourselves. But it's different. It's just different. More focused on getting the bleeds going and on occasion get a heal from them. That's basically what you have to rely on. So you don't have really the heals from the get-go. After a while, the bleeds will heal you. At least that's what I believe is happening. Something is healing you, and that's based on the amount of targets. But the only drawback is that the heal is quite strong. So it happens all at once. If you compare that to our Blueline rock healing, that's not that big of a heal. It's about 90, that's at least what I see at the moment. But that does happen all the time, and it's spread out. But if you heal yourself fully and then you have to wait a minute, that's not going to work when you pull 50 mobs. So that's a difference in playstyle. That's a good thing, if you ask me. We are just over time. Okay. It's just how you want to play the Guardian. That's the whole difference. Now I like to make big pools. I made all my gear for big pools. And library is relatively easy. I'm not saying that it is an easy instance, but it's still a 3-man. But everything is melee. That's why I say it is an easy instance. That's not saying that it is much easier at all, but it's not bad. It's doable. So otherwise we wouldn't have done it so often. And you can do school as well solo. That's not so difficult. You only have to pay a little bit of attention at the last boss. And he's going to use his AoE stuff. Yeah, but yeah, you can work with that. That's not the end of the world. So that's a thing you have to take in account. Library is just all melee. The bosses aren't really doing any weird stuff. At least not all the time. But this boss, for example, does have sometimes a knockdown. If you have a bad timing, that can kill you. That's true. At the same time, I'm hugging the wall. I know that everything is in front of me. So I will get the maximum amount of block parries. And also partial block, partial parry. To me, well, block rating and block chance is the way to go. I always hope to get the most of those. Is that blocks are healing me. That's basically what's keeping me alive. That's also why I just start this boss standing and do nothing. Just to keep the pill folk alive as long as I can. Because they are not really doing that much damage. As I see it now, it's about 25-ish, 50-ish. But they will do an attack quite often that I'm blocking. So I'm healing myself with 90 and they are just doing 25, 50-ish damage. If you ask me, I'm gaining morale in that case. And of course you are not blocking all the time. If you block 2 times out, 1 time out of 3 times, you're still healing yourself. So keeping that alive does make it easier. Of course, there's a drawback. They put a poison on you, but yeah, it's always something. At least in my opinion, that's the way to do it. But that, of course, that's for Blueline. And Redline is probably a little bit different than this. Then you have to rely on, well, I mentioned before, other healing techniques. At least I imagine that there are different techniques. Yeah, that's where the knowledge of Porter does came along. He is basically always in Redline, where we are basically always in Blueline. So it was quite interesting to see the difference. And to be honest, library isn't really a fair comparison to someone that does it quite a lot, compared to someone else that doesn't do it that fast, that many. Yeah, I can honestly say that wasn't the best pick for this experiment. At the end it was more of a race, just to find out who was faster. I'm still quite curious on if you practice this a lot and you make your gear all about red line, so you're legendary, just all about bleeds and overwhelm and damage based, single target balance based. That you can make up for killing less groups at a time. If you can make it up for the faster killing of bosses. So, well, as you have seen before, the pool was about 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes long. And this boss is also 5 minutes long. So if you can save like 1 minute, 2 minutes on this boss, it will give you an additional, let's say, 2.5 minutes on the second boss, and about 3 to 4 minutes on the last boss. That's 10 minutes. Yeah, 10, 12, 10. Yeah, about 10 minutes. If you can save 10 minutes on all 3 bosses, you can do 2 groups or 2 pools. Maybe even 3 pools, since you will kill the pools faster, since you have higher bleeds. And probably also radiate. So you will spread the bleeds faster. It will just go faster. We do it with one big pool. I think at the end it can balance itself out, sort of, but that would take practice and the right gear. And we don't have the right gear. We have that for Blueline and tanking bosses. It's sort of a combined gear set on my character. So it's not ideal, but it just works really good. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I'm probably a little bit wrong, but I'm glad when I'm wrong. It's the moment I learn. Ooh. What is doing so much damage? This is not normal. Oh yeah, the debuff does lower my my armor value. Quite a lot. That was saving. Maybe I should kill more and talk less. But yeah. So we are in, oh man, 12 minutes. There's probably an additional 6 minutes on this boss. So bring us up to 18. It will give us 7 minutes for the last boss. It is going to get close. Of course, if we die once, then we can start all over. There's no way to get below 25 minutes when we die. Yeah, some things are easy in life. Easy to understand, and that's one of it. Oh, it will still interrupt, okay. But this boss, well, doesn't really do anything special. I think the overmasters are the most annoying part of how we do this. This boss does have somewhere below 50% health, a stun, and also a self heal. It does stun you long enough to fully heal himself. That's a thing you want to interrupt. Of course, interrupts aren't easy and aren't cheap. It's something you really have to do, otherwise it's getting quite out of control, quite fast. So that's it. Of course, the interrupt of the Guardian is perfect for it, or the break free. Called turn the table, of course. It's absolutely the way to go. Since it will break you free, it will interrupt your enemy, and if possible it will also stun. The stun doesn't always happen, it does happen most of the time. Legendary item level up. Yeah. Heal a little bit. And one thing I noticed watching Dort just a moment ago, that aside from the fact that he is redline, using sword and shield, he didn't really do much more damage. Except for the bleeds, of course. We don't have the bleeds that high. If we have the bleeds at all, they are, well, tier 1, maybe tier 2, but not higher than that. And oh no. But just on the raw damage, we are doing about the same, and maybe even a little bit higher. And I was surprised by that. I saw on him, on his character, it's like 150, 200. At least in this instance, I've seen them higher, much higher. Yeah, that bulk. Heal the legs. Can do some food. Not that it's helping too much. But yeah, a little bit more power during battle is nice. This battle is going to take a moment. 94k. Oh well, let's round it off. 95k of morale. That's a lot. We are at 16 minutes. If I remember correctly, we are faster. It's only the question how much faster. Oh, I missed my shield skill. It doesn't happen too often. And of course it does help a little bit that I don't have to switch to the stream of someone else, to type somewhere, well, in the middle of a pool or in a boss battle. That does help, of course. But I'm not expecting that to make a 1 minute difference or something. Of course it does depend a little bit on where we are at the instance. But generally, I'm not expecting that to make a huge difference. Yes, that would make a difference of like 20 seconds, maybe half a minute. I would count it as reasonable. But yeah, I also remember from good old times of my stream that this took like, well, forever. And with forever I mean a really long time. We did library so many times, and especially when we started to learn and we had to make 2 pools, basically all the mobs to this center and no birds. And then the second pool upstairs to the boss, or basically to the place where we do the pool nowadays. So there are 2 pools. Then the bosses, which were really close. Rarely happened that it was easy to do the bosses. And yeah, then we had a time that it was going rather well, but the bosses took just too long. So we ran out of power and eventually either got close to dying or we did die as well. Which were some sad moments, of course. And you have been working on more than half a minute trying to do an instance. It doesn't work. Which is sad. That's absolutely the last thing you want to encounter. Yeah, if it happens, it happens. And there's not much to do about it. But yeah, we can remember at the start we only need a delay of about 1 second. And we can pick that first group in this garden area a little bit better. We don't have to shoot it, we can just run past them, and then it will make it a bit easier. I think it took about 2 seconds too long this time. And 2 seconds doesn't count as much, but it does make a lot of a difference. Abrupt that. Hey Maniac, how's it going, man? Yeah, we're basically doing stuff from the good old days. And when we were doing solo stuff, basically every stream. Ah, you are alive. Oh, that sounds positive. Yeah, just be brave. Yeah, that's just all about it. Just being brave. Maniac, today we are just doing a run just to time how long it takes. Accepting your help would be kind of cheaty. So earlier I did a race with Torch TV on his Guardian, Minstrel and another Guardian. I won't say that we came on top every time. Especially on library, we went ham. We did set a pretty tight time of just shy of 25 minutes from start to finish, full clearance. And I immediately said that that was fast, and that's really fast. We should just be brave thing to your goals. Yeah, okay, maybe. Oh man. Power is still being an issue. But it's getting later, a problem. I know in the past it was like almost from the get-go a problem with power. Yeah, now it's more at the far end of the boss. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I must say we are messing up quite a lot with the morale. Yeah. Or with the power, I mean. Since we can use Guardian Ward a lot more often. We will survive, that's what counts. So we are at 23 minutes and a little bit. We are close to killing it, so. It should be about a matter of seconds we are faster. Oh, use a skill please. Really? Just 2k man, I need that shield chain about now. Yeah. Stop the timing. Boss. But it's 24 minutes 40 seconds. Yeah, that's about 20 seconds faster. Oh man, this last boss takes forever. 95k is a lot of morale, but we